Hello, this is Bead. Welcome back to watching PARKOUR Civilization by evbo again. Wait, this is different. Oh, but I PvP in PARKOUR Civilization. What? How did it get there? So, let's get started.
Open up. It's time for your mandatory parkour check.
Oh, thank you, a mandatory PvP check. I've never been this excited to pay a PvP attack, but I mean, at least this confirms that we're not stuck in an alternate dimension. Wait, did you just say parkour?
You can either do the one block jump for the raw chicken, or you can attempt the one block vertical jump for the beef. Also, it's not mandatory, just a joke us parkour pros like to say.
Oh,
Why
yeah,
would I
forgot.
parkour for food?
The likelihood of us being in an
mandatory.
alternate universe has now increased to 97%.
Okay, 97%'s not great. How do I even say this? Let's pretend I'm new here. Where are we?
First day as a parkour noob, I take it. Well then, welcome to PARKOUR Civilization.
Okay, I am in the wrong universe. Alright, this is terrible,
yeah,
but I
you
can fix
are.
this. If I'm gonna get back to PvP Civilization, I'm gonna need a clear head. Alright, Minitech, it's time.
You stated that this would only be for emergencies.
Bro, we're stuck in Parkour Civilization. Obviously, this is an emergency. I don't know if Parkour Civilization has video journal machines, but if they don't, well, now they have one, along with the best journalist
okay.
of all time. All right, first video journal update in Parkour Civilization. My name's evbo, and I'm not from this universe. I am a diamond sword from PvP Civilization.
What?
A world where your entire lifespan is determined by the durability of the weapon you hold. And without going into detail, my existence saves the lives of the entire world. Don't get me wrong, I would love to go into detail, but I mean, chapter 1 is probably, I don't know, 3 hours? Another couple for the second chapter? It would take a while. Anyways, let's go back to how I even ended up in Parkour Civilization. I was doing my daily routine of dying, that sounds worse than it is, when I saw someone in the distance that I've never seen before. I tried to get close to them to see what
Diamond
kind of
boots.
weapon they were holding. But
Oh,
just as I was about to see them, I just
the
disappeared.
champion.
In a matter of seconds, reality just glitched in front of my eyes.
did
And
I-
before I knew it, I was standing on a grid of grass blocks with nothing but void below me. And behind me stood the tallest structure I have ever seen in my entire life. How and why I ended up in Parkour Civilization is still an unknown. But I knew I needed to find a way back as fast as I could because the lives of my family depended on me. The problem with trying to find a way out of Parkour Civilization as quickly as possible is the fact that I could die at any given moment. One missed parkour jump and I'm falling to my death. Like, how can anyone even live under these conditions? No, seriously though, I was baffled that there was an entire neighborhood in Parkour Civilization. It didn't seem likely that people would live long enough to even
sorry
enjoy the
about that.
luxury of having a house here, but anyways, that curiosity is what brought me over here, and
Oh
that's
my
when I found my
God.
friend Minitech. Turns out,
They're
I wasn't
on
the
the
only one from PvP
Parkour
Civilization.
Civilization.
Here. Anyways, long video journal today, but now we're fully caught up, and we can start making a plan on how to get out of here. So, apparently, I'm a parkour noob. Not really sure if I agree with that, but looks like the guy with the iron boots is a parkour pro. I think I can put 2 and 2 together and say that we're at the lowest level of society, and the only way to survive is to get food given to us by the parkour pros. Why we have to parkour for it, I don't know, but I'm gonna jump for it, because we need food if we're gonna survive this journey. So, it looks like it's time to parkour.
Oh, my
Alright, good
God.
update. Signing off.
Let's go.
This cannot be a wise course of action. You don't know if your respawn power still applies here.
Oh,
Look, we're gonna
yeah.
have to parkour one way or another, so we might as well just take the leap
Oh
now.
my
And in the
God.
event that I fail and fall into the void, maybe my respawn
might
power will work,
die.
and I'll wake up back in PvP Civilization. Right, I forgot to mention
Wait,
that in the video
oh.
journal. I'm kind of immortal in
I
a sense,
remember
and I can respawn
this
after dying over and over again. But like Minitech
make
said, I don't
people
really know if that
respawn.
power applies here, which means I'm gonna have to make every single jump count, which is why I'm going for the beef. Look, as someone who's experienced
Bro.
in PvP, parkour was a part of my training. A 1-block vertical jump is no problem for a diamond sword. This is when I found out the hard way that in Parkour Civilization, no one chooses to jump for the beef. I thought my life was over after missing that jump, but to my surprise, my feet
Oh my
were still touching the
God.
ground. Somehow, I respawned in the structure at the center of Parkour Civilization.
Oh, yeah, you can
Looks
respawn.
like my respawn power works in this universe as well. Unfortunately, I lost the beef that I kind of just died for, but I respawned with something I didn't have before. Leather boots. I didn't know it at the time,
Oh.
but that was the first moment I truly became a noob in Parkour Civilization. I was about to head over back to the house, but all of a sudden, someone just spawned right inside of me. Yo, what was that about? No! Within a few seconds, I witnessed my first death in Parkour
Oh.
Civilization. I was terrified until I witnessed my first revival in Parkour Civilization. Okay, what is going on? Bro, what? Every time this player fell into the void, he just respawned back on the same platform. I'm not even joking. I watched
yeah,
this
he's
guy
not
die
alone.
like 15 times, and every single time he came back, which led me to come up with 2 different theories. One, whoever this player was had the power of immortality, just like I did. Except I ruled that one out pretty quickly when I how do I put this nicely, saw how terrible he was at parkour. The second theory, though, is what helped me convince Minitech to jump for the beef. Bro, I'm telling you, I don't think death exists in parkour civilization. I think you just respawn every time you fall. Was it irresponsible to gamble with my friend's life? Yeah, probably, considering he failed the jump. But at the end of the day, I was right, and Minitech respawned with leather boots. Honestly, maybe parkour civilization isn't as bad as I thought. Thankfully, the parkour pro was still nice enough to let me jump for the chicken, even after 2 of us failed the beef jump. Luckily, I didn't fail this parkour jump, and I had successfully acquired my first piece of food in parkour civilization. Alright, we are back with a video journal update. Minitech and I are now officially parkour noobs in parkour civilization. Now that we discovered that falling into the void doesn't result in death, I think we're a lot more optimistic. Definitely a lot less stressful, especially after seeing our neighbor plunge into the void. I guess that's the whole thing of parkour civilization. You get the chance to try again. Anyways, that's all we know about this place. Let's get into what we don't know. The parkour pros, who are evidently better at parkour, seem to play some sort of important role in society. So maybe those are the people that know why we're stuck in parkour civilization. Of course, we're gonna have to become parkour pros to figure that out, and I think I have a good idea of how we get there. The Temple of Parkour, which is a giant temple with parkour, seems to be the only thing that connects the 2 layers of society. So the next step in our plan is to go there and try to rank up to become parkour pros.
Let's go.
Alright, now for the part in the video journal where I just fire off random questions. Do people have PvP weapons here? No one seems to question that we're holding diamond swords.
No,
do they even know the concept
not.
of PvP? If that's the case, how do they even buy anything if they don't have armor stands? I mean, if I was gonna buy a house, which obviously I'm going to, wait, Minitech, we're in your house. How did you buy this? Am I upset that Minitech didn't tell me how to buy a house? Maybe a little, but it makes sense. Traditionally, I have an issue with wasting all of my sword durability on shopping. No, wait, Foray, you're here too? I'm starting to think all of PvP Civilization is here. This is Foray, and he's part of my family in PvP Civilization. Hey, why are you just staring at this hole?
I paid this guy for a house and he just disappeared.
He just disappeared? That doesn't make sense. Well, how much did you pay for it? It says here a house costs 2 block jump. What does that even mean?
Bro, what is wrong with you? Do you know how long I worked to become a parkour pro? How did you even deal damage to me anyways? What parkour jump did you use?
He killed
I know what's going on here. So this one says 2.5 ladder jump for a large house. Okay, yeah, I get it. I see why you didn't get the house. You just didn't hit him far enough. Hey, could you stand right there real quick? Thank you. All right, I'm getting the parkour mansion. Just gotta hit him onto the ladder. Never mind. So,
bro,
does
jump.
this guy get paid to like, come back and keep doing this? So the parkour house was not acquired, but now we have Foray with us. Hey, Foray, you haven't missed a parkour jump yet, have you?
Parkour was a part of our training. Why would I fall?
All right, well, it's good to get some experience.
Bro, why you do that?
Really, you think this is funny? You think risking my life is a joke?
Look, I was like 99% sure you were gonna respawn. Plus, now you have leather boots, which I'm pretty sure you need if we're gonna become parkour pros. Just try to relax. We're in a universe where nothing bad can happen to us. Now, if more people from PvP Civilization start showing up here, that would probably not be good. But for whatever reason, I think it's just us 3 diamond swords here stuck in parkour civilization.
As far as I can tell, only 3 of the diamond swords made it here. We should get rid of them now while we have the chance, given we share the same interests.
You want to get rid of evbo to rule over all the PvP civilization. I don't trust evbo to be the one we all depend on for longer lives. There's a difference.
Sounds like you have it out for Evbo more than I do.
I don't like the idea of the power going to his head, with the whole world bowing down to him. That doesn't mean I want him dead. If you haven't noticed, we're stuck here too, and knowing evbo, he'll make sure he finds a way back. No point of fighting him if he can show us the way back home. Also, we don't even know what happens when we die here.
Oh wait!
Let's find out, shall
See
we?
what
Open
here
up. It's time
means?
for parkour.
Oh no!
You can either do the 1 block jump for the raw chicken or the 1 block vertical jump for the beef. Honestly, I would make the beef jump easier for you if you want. I know parkour noobs have it tough.
Oh
No respawn from
my
the PvP
god!
death. Now that's interesting.
Bro,
Maybe
you
PvP
murdered them!
Civilization can wait. I think I'll conquer
Why?
this one instead.
Well, we are 3
Do you
parkour
think
noobs
you
now.
can?
I'm not sure if I should be concerned that more and
Don't
more people
talk
are showing
to
up from
them.
PvP Civilization,
Do you think
but
you
I wouldn't
can?
be lying if I said I
Nah.
wasn't hoping for my best friend Tabby and all the other diamond swords to show up too. I know that's a little selfish considering we might be stuck here forever, but I'm convinced we're gonna find a way back, so let me update the video journal on what we know. To become a parkour pro, you need to make this giant parkour course inside the parkour temple. At first glance, the course didn't seem that difficult, but the problem is getting in to actually attempt the course. You see, parkour noobs need to earn 3 tickets if they want to try to rank up up to become a parkour pro. I found this out when I was going around Parkour Civilization, and I saw a giant statue with a player wearing iron boots. When I got closer, I saw that there was a line of parkour noobs waiting to do a parkour course. I watched a player make the jumps in hopes of reaching the dispenser on the other side. However, I regret to inform the journal that she did not make it. The next parkour noob, however, did make the course and collected some item from the base of the statue. But after seeing the player just do 2 jumps to leave the course, I then wondered to myself why I can't just skip the entire thing and go to the dispenser. Unfortunately, I figured out you can't even get a ticket unless you actually make the course, which makes 0 sense to me considering it's just a dispenser. Minutech's theory is that parkour in this world has some sort of universal power. Just to expand on that, he's suggesting that this inanimate parkour course somehow knows if you complete the course or not, through parkour magic. Yeah, I'm not really sold on that, but whatever the reason, I still had to do the course. Hey, are you gonna go?
Bro,
it's the same.
Please be quiet? Becoming a parkour pro takes an incredible amount of focus, and I've been stuck on this course for years.
You've been stuck on this course for years? Well, it's just a bunch of 2-block jumps. Just make the first jump and do it over again.
I've never made the first jump.
There's no way you haven't made the first jump. Okay, maybe that is true. Maybe my perception of skill in Parkour Civilization is a little warped, given that I trained so much to become a diamond sword, but if this is all it takes to become a parkour pro, being at the top of society in Parkour Civilization doesn't seem that impressive. Anyways, I completed the parkour course and I got an item from the dispenser. It was my first ticket to become a parkour pro. However, if you want to actually attempt the course to rank up, you need 2 more tickets. So that is where the PvP Civilization squad is off to. Alright, I'll update you guys when we become parkour pros. Signing off. I watched as both Minutech and Foray easily completed the first parkour course to get their first tickets. The course for the second ticket, however, was a little more challenging. While we were studying the course, however, I was looking around and I saw some giant building up at the parkour pro layer. What's this? That? Looks like a factory. Hey, you guys keep studying this course. I need to go check this out real quick. I made my way over until I was directly under this giant building, and I looked up to see someone parkouring. Wait, is that a person? It kind of looks like a... Oh my... Okay, if I had a video journal update on me, I would have to make an update because I swear I just saw that cow do parkour. Is it ethical to be eating this after what I just witnessed? Probably not. Also, another fair question. Do cows themselves jump for the beef if they can parkour? And if so, how exactly does that work?
Right?
A lot of questions, not a lot of answers, but regardless, I think the parkour cow gave me the strength needed to complete the course for the second ticket. I made the final jump landing directly in front of the dispenser, and I was now only 1 ticket away from getting the chance to rank up to become a parkour pro. At this rate, all 3 of us are going to be parkour pros in no time. Never mind. Alright, well, Minutech had to go back and get his first 2 tickets again, while Foray and I were on the 3rd and final course to become parkour pros. Alright, we are back with a video journal update. Yes, I did fail the last jump of the 3rd course, but I learned a valuable lesson about how to survive in Parkour Civilization. You see, it's all about consistency here. Your entire life in this civilization changes drastically if you fail 1 single jump, which is why you have to treat every jump like it's your last. And that is the outlook that helped me get all 3 tickets to rank up to become a parkour pro. So that's where we're off to, ranking up to the top level of Parkour Civilization. Unfortunately, this is the last video journal I'll ever make here. I have no way of breaking the video journal machine, and we only brought 1 backup. So, looks like I'm signing off for good. Goodbye, Parkour Civilization. I would have loved to at least get 1 journal update as a parkour pro.
Daily parkour check. Are you gonna try jumping for the beef again today?
Wait a second, these guys can break blocks, right? Look, I don't need the beef or the chicken. I just want to know if you can break this or not.
I could, if I'm given a fair price.
These guys have never been bribed by a diamond sword before. All right, say a number. How many PvP attacks you want? 10? 20?
I don't know what kind of parkour jump that is, but I'm interested.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. How is parkour even a currency? That doesn't make sense. Okay, just give me a second. This is my first parkour transaction. Is a 1-block jump good enough?
Are you kidding? A 1-block jump?
Oh, great.
I once heard a story of a parkour pro being paid with a 360. This is just insulting.
Okay, there's a lot to unpack here.
The parkour evbo.
From getting paid in parkour. And why is a 360 somehow worth more? Okay, what parkour jump do I even do? Oh my
god, you guys are the same person! How can I not remember?
I'm trying to get him to break my video journal, but they don't even know what PvP attacks are.
Break his video journal, or I will end your life.
No, Freight, no, don't do that.
Look, you guys don't know how to parkour battle yet, so threatening me isn't really gonna do anything.
Whoa, chill. The parkour pro kindly broke my video journal and gave it to me, which is awesome because now we get video journal.
Bro, you scared him!
Parkour Civilization. Thank you.
Oh no, you don't do that!
It's time to rank up to become a parkour pro and hopefully find a way back to PvP Civilization. Time is running out because even though death doesn't exist for us here in Parkour Civilization, it definitely does for my family back home, and I'm not there to protect them, so that means we have to find a way no matter what. Foray and Minitek were waiting for me in the parkour temple, and we stared up at the parkour course that would allow us to get to the top level of society in parkour civilization. This was a time when we couldn't afford any mistakes. Sure, we can die and respawn, but that costs us a lot of time, and the longer we stay here, the higher chance of PvP civilization erupting into chaos.
No.
Fortunately, Foray went first and made the entire parkour course without any
he's
errors.
good.
That was kind of expected though, given that Foray is technically the best of us, but now it was time for Minitek to run the course. At one point, I thought it was all over when he missed a parkour jump, but luckily he landed back on the course, only suffering a little bit of fall damage. Soon after though, I watched Minitek make the final jump to become a parkour
let's
pro.
go.
Both of my friends ranked up to become parkour pros. And now it's just me. I threw my 3 tickets into the hopper and the wall opened up, giving way to the parkour
3 tickets
course.
this
All
time.
right, this is it.
To make it
Time
more
to become a
challenging.
parkour pro. Making this doesn't just get me to the top of society, which will be very cool to see, but it could also save the lives of so many people in PvP civilization. I just have to be smart and take my time with each jump. There's nothing stopping me now other than just making these parkour jumps. That was what I thought until I made a parkour jump and I saw something move below me. I looked over the edge and saw a player with the trident chasing after me. And no, this is not just some random player. This is Prince Sam, the one person in PvP civilization who actively wants me dead. Okay, nothing crazy. Just have to PvP and parkour at the same time. Luckily, I kind of have experience with that. No, I failed a parkour jump and landed right in front of Prince Sam, and we both landed a hit on each other. I thought I knocked him far enough away for me to gain distance, but he caught up and knocked me down to a lower level of the parkour course. Thankfully, I managed to dodge falling into the void, but now I had a different Prince Sam was higher up on the parkour course than me, meaning he had the advantage in this PvP battle. I climbed back up as fast as I could and immediately engaged the battle. But our next exchange sent us both flying off the edge. I landed on the ground with 3 hearts left, and Prince Sam was nowhere to be seen. This was my opening to try to get to the top and become a parkour pro.
You need
Wasn't
to be
gonna
lower
easy,
to
though,
hit
because
him.
Prince Sam was still following me, and I only had 3 hearts left. Falling into the void in this universe makes you respawn, but what about fall damage or a PvP death?
Let's go, jump.
I made it to the top where I stood in front of the final jump of the parkour course. This is it. I either jump or I turn and fight. But before I could decide, an arrow came out of nowhere and knocked Prince Sam off the parkour course. Great, now there are bows in parkour civilization. Wait, maybe that's one of my friends. I didn't see who shot the arrow, and I wasn't gonna wait at the top of the parkour course in risk of getting shot off myself. So I went for the final jump, and I made it. I completed the course to become a parkour pro. Okay, that was not as easy as I thought it was gonna be, but I'm still alive, so that's all that counts. The cobblestone door at the top of the parkour temple opened up, giving way to a room that was made out of copper and bricks. Seems like if you rank up to become a parkour pro, the parkour temple gets nicer as well. I turned the corner to see a pit of lava as well as Minitek standing there with iron boots. Apparently this pit of lava was some sort of parkour ritual where I had to throw my leather boots away. Could be symbolic, or maybe a genuine design flaw of parkour civilization. I don't know. With my leather boots gone, one jump stood in the way of me becoming a parkour pro. And I did not fail this one. I jumped between 2 dispensers and I stood there with my new iron boots as a parkour pro. Let's go, we all made it. Big problem. Prince Sam is here as well as a bow. Don't know who it is. So let's just get out of here before I die, okay? I walked up into the new room of the parkour temple to see statues with leather boots, iron boots, gold boots, and diamond boots. Of course. Why would I assume there's only 2 levels to parkour civilization? I literally went through this exact same realization in my own civilization. Alright guys, well, we are not at the top level, so we might as well get a move on. I'm guessing if we're only on level 2 out of 4, parkour pros probably have 0 idea why we're even here.
They do.
Hey, why is Foray staring at that statue for so long?
Champion
I
of the
believe
god.
he is wondering why this statue is of you.
Why?
What? I looked up at the statue of the player wearing the diamond boots, and I saw.
Oh no!
Why
Oh
is there
yeah,
a
I remember
statue of me in
that
parkour
from
civilization.
season
But that's
2.
when I realized that this wasn't me. It was the evbo from this universe.
That's the different
thought we agreed not to make an enemy out of evbo here, but I guess not. Doesn't matter though. I've changed my mind. You can go after him all you want. As far as he knows, I'm the one who saved his life from you. And having both sides of his trust could be of use to us.
They don't know what happened.
We have a lot to talk about. So let's start with the most obvious one. Yes, this is the official Parkour Civilization movie poster. And this is the official PvP Civilization movie poster.
Man.
Yes, you can buy them right now. And yes, I'm going to be hand signing every single one of them. And you can find them right in the description of this video
let's
journal.
go.
Okay, on to the second most
I wish I
obvious
have
thing.
money.
Am I a parkour god? Not like me, but like me in this universe, me in Parkour Civilization. To be honest, I hadn't even considered the possibility that there would be an alternate version of myself. I know the concept of that sounds crazy, but, well, I only know one person with that headband, and it happens to be me. So anyways, now I have a newfound goal in life, and that is to interview myself on a video journal. Just think about how crazy that would be. Okay, I'm getting a little ahead of myself, so let's calm it down. Becoming a parkour pro comes with luxuries as well as expectations. The first thing I noticed about the pro level of Parkour Civilization is that every single jump is now a 2-block jump instead of
I
the
remember
normal
now.
one. I also confirmed that society continues up even higher. I'm guessing that's where the players with the gold boots live, and it definitely looks like it takes a lot to get there. I have a feeling this journey is not going to be easy, but it's okay because I think we're adapting pretty quickly. Foray and I managed to find a building on the Parkour Pro level that was selling houses. Now, after Foray threatened the shop owner for a little bit, we figured out that you don't have to hit a player across a parkour jump to buy something. You just have to make the jump yourself. Yeah, you remember how I said parkour currency makes 0 sense? Well, this is what I'm talking about. Like, how does a shop owner get any benefit from me doing parkour? Whether or not it makes sense, well, I did a 3-block jump and I bought myself a house. Yes, I know I traditionally have a shopping addiction, but firstly, that was the old me. And second, I paid for this with parkour and not PvP attacks. There's gotta be a difference. Anyways, point of the story, I was extremely impressed with Parkour Civilization real estate. I mean, this place was crazy. Good square footage, 3 stories, hard to complain. It was a little too parkour themed, especially with the built-in parkour jumps and the poster. So naturally, I did what anyone else would have done in my spot, and I paid a parkour graphic designer to make me my own poster. 4 1-block jumps in a row, kind of a steal. Then I set up the video journal, of course, and well, now we're here. So here's what we're gonna set out to do. 1, find the other evbo. I mean, that one's obviously a given. 2, get some food to heal up so I don't die by Prince Sam, who's probably already on this level now. And 3, rank up to get some gold boots. Alright, that's it for this one. Signing off. Just as I closed out of the video journal, I heard a strange noise come from outside. I made my way over towards the parkour temple, and sure enough, I saw a large group of parkour pros just standing looking at something. It looked like everyone was here. Even Minitech was here. Hey, what's going on? What is everyone staring at? But just up ahead, through the crowd, I saw what everyone was staring at. A player was making an announcement. Someone with golden boots.
I've gathered everyone here to deliver some disturbing news. The parkour champion has gone missing.
That's not
champion?
By the way.
What's a parkour champion?
We will be pausing any rank ups to prevent anyone from taking control of the command box.
Well, this is just great. Can't get any worse than this.
Furthermore, we've had parkour pros missing as well. We believe this is a situation linked to our missing prisoners. Therefore, if you see someone holding an item that you do not recognize, point them out immediately.
Okay, it did get worse. At least not that many people know me, right? My... Okay, this is not good. Wait, bro, why are you staring at me? You have a sword too? Minitech and I both ran in different directions. I don't know what was gonna happen to us, but if these people think that we're responsible for the missing parkour champion, that can't be good. Just as I turned the corner, I saw potion! The guy with the golden boots looked at me and jumped across 2 ruins.
He's dead.
Okay, I don't know what that is. I'm gonna keep going. I don't know what just happened to me. A second ago, I was in Parkour Civilization.
So many
now, I'm in a prison cell floating over lava. For a moment, I thought the same thing happened just as it did in PvP Civilization. I thought I was just teleported to a different universe again. I mean, how else would I have gotten here? But that's when I looked over and I saw Minitech in a cell beside me. And then I looked around and saw all the parkour jumps. I am still in Parkour Civilization, but somehow I'm in parkour prison. Oh, this is not good. Hey, wait, excuse me? Can you let me out of here, please?
I'm sorry. Unfortunately, we cannot do that. You hold an item that is unknown to Parkour Civilization. You're staying here until we find the champion.
Look, I don't even know what a parkour champion is. I don't know how to say this, but I'm not even from here, so I couldn't have done anything.
We know. We know you're from somewhere that's not Parkour Civilization. The parkour champion warned us about this right before he disappeared. He called it PvP.
Wait, so you guys have heard of PvP? The Parkour Pro directed my attention to a giant cell that stood in the middle of the prison. He said that not long ago, they had a prisoner in this cell. Someone who held an item just like all of us from PvP Civilization. According to the Parkour Pro, the player swung the item in his hand one time and took out one of the guards. And after that, they said the player just disappeared. Okay, I see what's going on here, and the situation is not good. Someone that's one of the weapons from PvP Civilization has been here before, and whoever that was responsible for the disappearance of this so-called parkour champion. Which means, until the champion returns, anyone they see with a weapon from PvP Civilization will be locked up in parkour prison. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do anymore. I don't know what I can do. I was supposed to find a way back to PvP Civilization to save my family, but I failed. Now all I can do is just sit in my cell and do 1-block jumps, thinking about what that guard said. He said that the player trapped in that cell swung his item one time and took someone's life. That doesn't make sense. What weapon in PvP Civilization can take someone's life in one PvP attack?
I don't know, to be honest. Looks like Imprisoned is prison too.
It's been 2 days since evbo went missing.
Oh.
Along with Foray and Minitek. I feel responsible for this. It was supposed to be my job to protect them, but I don't know what more I could have done. They just disappeared. And it's not just them too. The people I usually fight are gone as well. Something is happening to PvP Civilization. I don't know what, but I can feel it. I know evbo's alive somewhere. We just have to find him. Signing off.
Oh, nice one, Tabby. From the PvC.
Wembu, what's going on? Who are those people?
I don't know, but they aren't holding any type of weapons, so I think a better question is, how are they still alive?
I don't care who they are. They did something to evbo, so that means nothing stops us until we find a way to bring him back.
Well, you know what they say. As long as you can parkour, there's always a way.
Who's that?
Where did that come from?
Oh no! It's evbo from... Oh my god, the multiverse! Let's go! It's him! Oh my god! It's evbo from the other universe. No, it's not. Oh, that's the end. Yeah, that's the end. And there's a lot of ads too. I don't blame them, to be honest. I don't blame them. So that's it, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And this is the multiverse level threat now. Goodbye. Oh yeah.